Math is a lie. I can't believe what I just discovered. The buzzing fluorescent light above my desk is mocking me. Flicker, flicker, flicker. It's in sync with the goddamn numbers, I swear it. 2, 3, 5, 7. Each prime a tiny, unbearable pulse in the universe. It started subtly. A nagging inconsistency in the Riemann hypothesis. Something Dr. Sharma had dismissed as a rounding error. She'd smile, that patronizing, pitying smile she reserved for me these days, and suggested I get some sleep. Sleep. As if sleep could fix this. As if sleep could silence the whispering. It's not like I haven't tried. Melatonin, chamomile, even the stuff Marcus scores for me. Nothing works. The numbers are always there, swirling in the darkness behind my eyelids, taunting me with their secrets. I haven't left the apartment in. I don't even know how long. Abernathy, the landlord, banged on the door yesterday, yelling about the rent. I ignored him. What's rent when the very fabric of reality is unraveling? Began with the primes, but it's spreading. Fibonacci, pi, Euler's number, they're all infected, corrupted. There's a hidden pattern, a flaw in the code, and I'm the only one who sees it or hears it. The whispering started about a week ago. Faint at first, like static on an old radio. Now it's a constant drone, a chorus of voices murmuring in a language I almost understand. They're coming from the numbers, I know it. They're trying to tell me something. Last night I saw it. Not just the numbers, but the shapes. Geometric patterns overlaid on everything. The corners of my desk became acute angles, the ceiling tilted at impossible degrees. The apartment was wrong. I tried to explain it to Marcus, called him at 3 a.m. ranting about the flaw, the whispers, the shapes. He told me I needed help, said he was coming over. I told him not to. He wouldn't understand. He came anyway. Elias, Jesus Christ. What happened to this place? He stood in the doorway, his face a mask of concern and disgust. Empty coffee cups littered the floor, stacks of papers teetered precariously, and the air reeked of stale coffee and sweat. I'm close, Marcus. So close, I said, my voice hoarse. I can feel it. He took a step closer, his eyes darting around the room. Feel what? Elias, you look like you haven't slept in weeks. The flaw, the lie. It's all a lie, Marcus. Math. It's not what we think it is. I grabbed a handful of papers covered in equations and thrust them at him. Look at this sequence. It breaks down after the 47th iteration. It shouldn't break down, it's supposed to be infinite. Marcus took the papers, his brow furrowed in confusion. Elias, I don't understand any of this. Exactly, no one understands because they don't want to understand. They're hiding it, Marcus. They're hiding the truth. Who is Elias? Who's hiding what? He was trying to be patient, but I could see the fear in his eyes. They are. The mathematicians, the scientists, the guardians of the code. I could feel the numbers vibrating in my head, the whispers growing louder. 47, 47, 47. It was the key, I knew it. Elias, you need to see a doctor, Marcus said, his voice trembling. No, I need to finish this. I need to expose the lie. I pushed past him and went back to my desk, grabbing a black marker. I started writing on the wall, scribbling equations, geometric shapes, anything to get the numbers out of my head. Marcus tried to stop me, but I shoved him away. Don't touch me, you'll contaminate it, he stumbled back, his eyes wide with terror. Elias, you're scaring me. I'm scaring you. You should be scared, Marcus, we all should be scared. I turned back to the wall, my hand moving faster and faster, the marker squeaking against the plaster. The whispers intensified, coalescing into a single clear voice. Correct it. What? I whispered. Correct the flaw. How? The voice was silent for a moment, then it spoke again. The sequence. Reverse it. I understood. I knew what I had to do. I started writing a new equation, a reversed version of the one that broke down at 47. The numbers burned in my mind, each digit a searing brand. As I wrote, I felt a strange tingling in my body. My vision blurred, and the geometric shapes intensified, warping the room around me. Marcus was screaming now, but I couldn't hear him. All I could hear were the numbers, chanting, vibrating, consuming me. I finished the equation and stepped back, my hand trembling. The wall glowed with an eerie light, the numbers pulsing with energy. Now complete the sequence, the voice commanded. I hesitated. I didn't know what would happen, but I knew I had to do it. I closed my eyes and began to recite the reversed sequence, my voice a low, guttural drone. As I reached the 47th iteration, I felt a sharp pain in my chest. My body contorted, my bones twisting and cracking. I screamed, a sound that was quickly swallowed by the roaring numbers. When I opened my eyes, the apartment was different. The walls were no longer straight, the angles were all wrong, and the furniture seemed to float in mid-air. I looked down at my hands. They were elongated, twisted, covered in geometric patterns. My skin was translucent, revealing the intricate network of veins and arteries beneath. I was becoming the equation. Marcus was gone. I was alone in a world that had been rewritten, a world where the laws of mathematics had been broken. The numbers were silent now. The flaw had been corrected. But at what cost? I found him like that. Twisted up, a human pretzel amidst a disaster zone of papers and equations. The air thrummed with a sickening energy, and the apartment itself felt wrong, like something fundamental was broken. I screamed, I think. Maybe I just stood there, paralyzed by the horror of it all. His eyes were open, but they didn't see me. They saw something else, something mathematical. The paramedics came, their faces pale under the flashing lights. They kept asking me what he'd taken, what he'd been doing. I couldn't explain it. How do you explain that your best friend had somehow turned himself into a math problem? They took him away, strapped to a gurney, his body still contorted, still twitching. I followed them to the hospital, but they wouldn't let me see him. They said he was in critical condition, that he was unstable. I waited for hours in the sterile waiting room, the buzzing fluorescent lights echoing the ones in his apartment. Finally, a doctor came out, his face grim. "I'm sorry," he said. "We did everything we could." "What happened?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. "We don't know," he said. "His body, it's like nothing we've ever seen before. His organs are rearranged. His bones are fractured in impossible ways. It's as if he's been rewritten. Rewritten. That's the word that stuck with me. Rewritten. Like a bad equation, corrected by some unseen hand." I went back to his apartment the next day. The police had cleared it out, but the air still felt tainted. I found a notebook on his desk filled with equations and diagrams. I didn't understand any of it, but one page caught my eye. It was a single equation scrawled in black marker with a note underneath: "It's not what we think it is. They're hiding it. The sequence, it breaks down." And then, in a different handwriting, a chilling addition corrected. I slammed the notebook shut. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to understand. I left the apartment, the buzzing fluorescent lights mocking me as I walked away. I could still feel the numbers vibrating in my head, the whispers echoing in my ears. I don't know what happened to Elias. I don't know if he was crazy or if he stumbled upon something real, something terrifying. All I know is that math is a lie, or at least, it's not the truth we think it is. And I'm afraid to find out what the truth really is.